know the best time to film a weight loss video is? It's probably not when you just ate a bunch of chocolate chips.
Hey my lovelies, it's Rachel here. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to be doing a video that is highly requested by a ton of you girls out there, and you all want to know one question. You want to lose weight, but you don't really know where to start. Do you just eat healthy? Do you exercise? Do you starve yourself? There are a million things out there, guys, that people are telling you to do. There are tons of diets out there that, your family may be trying, or older siblings or friends. And to be honest, they're just not that healthy for you. So I'm going to teach you my top secret weight loss tips to really help you guys get started on your journey. So if you're interested in seeing what kind of secrets I may have for you guys, don't tell anyone. Then keep watching. Okay, so the number one thing that you want to do is you have to eat between 16,058 calories and 2,172 calories. And you want to eat lots of carrots because they're high in beta carotene. And you want to exercise for 5 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then you'll have no problem losing weight. Guys, that's just not realistic. So we need to start with the first tip. You need to manage your expectations for weight loss. First of all, I would go to a website, and I'll put one right here for you guys to check out. And you want to learn what your BMI is. So your BMI is your body mass index, and this gives you a rough idea of exactly how healthy you are in terms of weight, because it takes into account weight, fat, muscle, bone, everything. So I mean, it's not the most accurate measure. So you're going to want to go on the website, type in your gender, your weight, and your height, and it'll give you some random number. Okay, it's not really random. It'll give you a number between probably 19 and 30 or something like that. And you want to fall between the 19 and 25 range. Now, health officials say that this is the healthy range for the typical person. Only you really know if you're healthy or not. That is the healthy range of weight that you want to fall in between. So that'll give you a rough estimate of, where you are at your starting point. So if you are between those lines, if you're between 19 and 25 and you're under, let's say, 16 years old, I wouldn't even worry about weight loss at this point. You're still growing. You have a ton of balancing out to do. I mean, I really was in my awkward phase until I was about 18. So don't worry about it. You will definitely grow into your skin. If you want to watch my portion of the video on, healthy eating tips and some exercise tips as well, definitely do that. I'm not at all telling you not to be healthy, but at this point in your life, I really strongly recommend not even attempting weight loss because it's just not healthy for you, and your body's just going to hurt for it in the long run. So stick to a healthy diet, do lots of exercise, and hang out with your friends, and do all sorts of fun activities, absolutely, but don't worry about weight loss at this point. However, if you are outside of that age range and, you're teetering on the edge of 25 and over, in terms of your BMI index, then keep watching. You should aim to lose no more than 2 pounds per week. That's 2 pounds, not like on The Biggest Loser where they lose 22 pounds per week. That's not realistic. They're in the gym like 7 hours a day. That's what the typical person will lose. So if you're trying to lose 10 pounds, calculating it out, that would be 5 weeks. So that's the healthy way to go about weight loss. Once you've figured out how much weight you need to lose and sort of your time frame that you're kind of working in, now you got to make yourself accountable. So this is where you're going to go find someone you really trust. So a good friend, your parents, your siblings, me if you really want. I would be flattered to help you out. And you want to tell them all of your goals, exactly what you plan on doing, how you plan on getting there, and really put it out on the line. Because studies show that if you just tell yourself that I'm going to lose weight, you're not going to stick to it. But if you hold yourself accountable with someone else, then you're much more likely to stick to your goals and fulfill them in the end. And it's great too if they have similar goals to you, because then you guys can keep each other on track. Okay guys, now onto my secret tip. You can't tell anyone. Okay, you ready for this? Are you actually ready? Okay, here it is. calories in must be less than calories out. I know, crazy. It's not that big of a secret. You want to make sure that the calories you put into your body is less than the calories you expend during exercise or any sort of fitness regime that you do. Keeping in mind, actually going off on a tangent again, you actually lose calories just doing your regular everyday stuff. So I mean, typing on the computer, walking, sleeping even. It's just not a lot of calories. So keep that in mind. So don't go crazy on the exercise, but I mean, you want to do some exercise. So now that you know my secret tip, you want to know that weight loss has two parts. The first part is nutrition, and the second part is fitness. So I'll get into a little bit about that now. Okay, let's start with part number one, nutrition. So my rule when it comes to nutrition is it's all about moderation. I stick to what I call the 90-10 rule. So if I eat healthy 90% of the time, I can eat unhealthy 10% of the time. So make sure you drink a lot of water. So 8 glasses a day probably makes sense. Most of your body is made up of water, so you really want to keep yourself hydrated. It's going to make sure your skin is clear, your hair looks healthy, and it's just overall really good for aiding digestion and keeping all your internal organs clear. Now onto the eating. You want to make sure that the majority of what you're eating are plenty of vegetables and fruits. Make sure you've got a lot of variety of color in there. So you got the green broccoli and spinach, and then you have the orange carrots and the red tomatoes and all that good stuff. So I mean, the brighter the colors, usually the better for you. Mushrooms are still pretty healthy for you, but they're kind of gray. But anyway, next you want to fill up on lean protein. So the way I kind of divide my plate up is 50% of it is veggies. Any sort of colorful veggies that I like, I drizzle them with olive oil. I drizzle them with any sort of seasoning that I really like. If you watched my fridge video, and I'll put the link for that there. Lots of things. And then about a quarter of it or so, I'll stick with lean protein. So that can be chicken breast or turkey, chicken or turkey meatballs, lean ground beef, steak can be good for you in moderation, lots of different types of fish. There's lots of options. And I try and stick to the rule that it should be able to fit in the palm of your hand. Anything bigger than that is just not necessary. Now on to whole grain carbs. Oh, carbs, no. Yes, you can eat carbs, guys. Whole grain carbs are so healthy for you. You should absolutely not be restraining or restricting yourself from any sort of carbs. That's just ridiculous. Whole grain carbs are full of fiber, and fiber takes much longer to digest, so you stay fuller for longer. And it also doesn't make your blood sugar levels spike and dip and spike and dip. Whole grain carbs, 2 thumbs up. Next, it's on to what I call MUFAs. MUFAs. What a funny word. MUFAs stands for monounsaturated fatty acids. So these are things like avocados, olive oil. They're really good for maintaining a flat stomach. So you want to incorporate that into your meal as well. Now you're probably asking why I haven't mentioned anything about calories, because everyone talks about calories all the time. How many calories, blah, 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 blah. I used to count calories. I don't do it anymore because A, it's tiresome, B, it takes too much effort, and C, it can cultivate just really bad habits. So I really stick to portion control and intuitive eating. Another thing that I do, and I like to tell everyone to do this, is snack a lot. You want to be snacking throughout the day. Keep your metabolism going all day long. You want to start with a good healthy breakfast, and I've got some great ideas in this link over here. Then you want to have a snack, and then you want to have a good hearty lunch. Then you want to have a snack in the afternoon to keep your blood sugar levels going, and then have dinner. And I usually have a snack before bed, but it's not always necessary. So there are my beautiful nutrition tips. If you guys have any questions, absolutely post some comments below. I'm happy to answer them. And if you have any requests for future videos, I would be glad to take them as well. Otherwise, I will move on to part number 2.